Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, broadcasting to you from the Dallas Clear Channel KFXR 1190 AM studios. All right, my guest this segment is Dan Goldberger, President, CEO, and Director of Bacterin International Incorporated. This gentleman has got well over 60 U.S. patents to his name. He is a turnaround expert, recently featured on Bloomberg, and the company was featured on WG in Chicago. All right, Dan, welcome to the show. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate this.
Oh, thank you, Michael. We really appreciate the opportunity. I want to wish you and your listeners Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays as well.
Fantastic. All right, now let me focus on you for just a moment. You have a tremendous track record of turning companies around. Give us a feel for you, your style, your management systems, so that we can get an idea, and then let's get right into what Bacterin does.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I guess I have become something of a turnaround artist. I've been with Bacterin now for coming up on 100 days. Previously I've been involved in a variety of life sciences projects. I ran a public company called Excorporeal, which we ultimately sold to Fresenius. I ran a private company called Sound Surgical, which we sold earlier this year to Solta Medical, and in turn has been acquired by Valiant. My early career, I started off with an engineering degree and have been involved in product development, and I bring that analytical discipline, quantitative analysis to all aspects of the business, both on the financial planning and cap structure, but also to metrics and accountability in the sales function. Bacterin, as I was looking at the opportunity, has absolutely tremendous, exciting products, and I hear that from our physician customers. They're passionate about how our products improve the healing characteristics of their various surgical procedures.
Let's dive into that. I mean, BONE is your symbol, but what does Bacterin do?
Our flagship products are OsteoSponge and OsteoSelect. These are demineralized bone allografts, which are used by orthopedists and neurosurgeons who are doing spine procedures to promote the rapid, thorough healing of bone, getting bone to knit together and heal more quickly and more thoroughly than without the use of these products.
All right. Now, the company's been around for 10 years, and they went public in 2010. Your expertise is going to take them from where they've been to lofty heights, I can tell, but just by your track record of what's going on. But there's also other things involved in this business and this industry market sector, one of which are taxes. You have some kind of a medical device tax impacting your company?
Yeah, that's one of the less well-known features of the Affordable Care Act. Part of how we're financing health care for everybody is by taxing our industry, and it's not just a tax on profits; it's an excise tax on revenues. And as you know, we run on skinny margins to begin with, and this is another 2.8% off the top. That's really a transfer of cash flow that, if it was in my company, we would use it for product development and reinvestment, but it's all being sent over to Washington because the politicians believe they can use the money better than we can. So that's shame on me, but I'm a little frustrated about it.
Okay, well, maybe you'll get some lobbyist ears and they'll work on it on your behalf.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, now give us an idea. I know everybody knows it's a huge market sector, but just about how big is this global market potential that you're in the middle of?
So we look at our market, and this is in the U.S. We're primarily a U.S. company, although we have future growth opportunities overseas. There are about 1.2 million procedures annually in the U.S. That use some sort of a bone scaffold kind of product, and those are lumbar fusions, cervical fusions, foot and ankle procedures, either secondary to trauma or secondary to various defects, joint replacements, et cetera, et cetera. On average, our product category, biologics, are between $1,300 and $1,500 per procedure. That's our revenue per procedure, and these procedures are performed by neurosurgeons and orthopedic surgeons in either a hospital setting or in a surgical center setting. So, if you run those numbers, it's a $1.7 billion segment, and at this point in time, we have a better than our standard products have better healing characteristics as proven in peer-reviewed science than anybody else out there. So we're at the very beginning of our penetration curve, and we've got a lot of room to grow as we deploy our sales force in different geographies and as we get the word out through our physician cheerleaders.
Okay, talk to me about the R&D side of your business. Are you looking at breakthroughs here? Is there anything else that you wanted to without getting yourself in trouble prior to a national press release?
We're doing two things. We're continuing to develop and publish the clinical evidence that supports OsteoSponge and OsteoSelect. We launched a soft tissue product that we call H-Matrix about a year ago, and we are working through the equivalency studies with that product that are going to accelerate the growth of that product category as well. Longer term, I got to tell you, Michael, I'm super excited about some of the things that we can do to provide the foundation, the scaffolding for a variety of cell-based therapies that our physician colleagues are getting excited about, whether those are stem cells or regenerative cells, whether they're homologous or autologous. There's all kinds of exciting work that's going on. And all of that stem cell research needs a biological scaffold, and we make the very best biological scaffold that's available today. So huge things in the future.
Okay, wait. That's a big statement in your industry. You make the best.
Yep.
So
we make the best, and that's not me. That's peer-reviewed science that talks about in spine, in various foot and ankle procedures, the healing characteristics, how quickly bones heal when you use our products, and the quality of that fusion, how thoroughly the bones have healed when they use our products.
Wow. Okay, so your market share, I would imagine, if you make the best, you've got the patents and you've got the process in place. That puts you pretty much at the top of the food chain on what's going on in your industry sector.
Well, we certainly think so, and it's on me to prove it, and more importantly, it's on our clinical support staff, our marketing staff, and most importantly, our field sales staff to get the word out and to drive that penetration of the marketplace. And that's what we are setting out to do here. We did a lot of restructuring in the first couple of months since I've been here, and now we've got the new organizations in place, and we're starting to see some results.
Okay, real quick if we can, because I know that there's so much you could say about each product, but real quick, give me an overview again of your flagship product for everybody in the listening audience, so they can get an idea and come back around to where we started about how your products.
So our OsteoSponge is a category that we invented. This is a demineralized bone allograft, has unique mechanical properties, and has been proven to be osteoinductive. OsteoSelect is a demineralized bone putty that we provide in a sterilized fashion. That is, each lot is tested for osteoconductivity and osteoinductivity, and has the best characterization. Most recently, we got an extended indication specifically for the use of OsteoSelect in spinal procedures. So, not only do we have the peer-reviewed science to back up our claims, but now we have the explicit FDA approval that allows us to market the improved healing that derives from the use of our products.
What is this OsteoSponge?
So, OsteoSponge it's a fantastic, unique category. It's a bone filler that is mechanically, it really behaves like a sponge, so you can squeeze it and fitted into all kinds of nooks and crannies, irregular shapes. You can fill it with, you can load it with a variety of bioactive materials, autograft, bone marrow, or platelet-derived cells to improve the mechanical properties, but most importantly to promote more rapid and more thorough bone healing, bone regeneration.
I'm so happy you were able to come onto the show and tell our audience about this. BONE is your symbol, but before we go, you have any upcoming events or things where people can reach out and talk to you more about the subjects you brought to the table today?
Yeah, watch for our press releases. We're going to be at a few of the investor conferences in the first quarter of 2014. We're very excited about the trajectory that the basic financial performance of the company is going to start showing as we report the fourth quarter numbers and rolling into 2014. I just can't tell you, this is going to be a great turnaround story.
And contact info for you or your company.
So our website is Bacterin.com, Bacterin. Rich Cockrell handles investor relations for us, and he'll be happy to talk to anybody directly.
All right, Dan, thank you very much for coming on the show.
All right. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the opportunity.
My pleasure. Dan Goldberger, CEO of Bacterin. And believe me, this is something you really need to take a look at. BONE is the symbol. Coming up next, Grace Morris, President, Astroeconomics. We're going to come back with Grace's picks and also the year-end review of what this woman has done. Phenomenal work here. We'll be right back.